Hey everyone! So today I'm going to be sharing my top concealers with you guys. I was actually going through my concealer box, which actually looks like this, and it is filled with all of the concealers I own. I love concealers. I don't know why, but those are like my favorite things to collect after lipsticks and like the makeup things. I love concealers. I don't know what it is. So this is what my drawer currently looks like, and it is filled with concealers. I don't know what this is. This is like a foundation sample, but other than that, it's all concealers. And I pulled out 5 of my top favorites that I've been using for a long time, and some of these I actually recently discovered. Actually, yeah, 2 of them I just recently discovered. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So my top concealer, if you guys have been watching me for a long time, should be no surprise to you guys. Seriously, if you guys have been watching me for a long time, you know my top concealer is the MAC Pro Longwear. This concealer is literally the best concealer I have ever used, and I have used this since the day it came out. I think I bought it. Maybe I was working at MAC and they gave it to us, but I don't remember now. But I seriously adore this concealer. It is so amazing. First of all, before I even tell you why it's so amazing, I like concealers that are full coverage. Most of the time I do like full coverage concealers that are very long lasting but very creamy, and this just is like everything you could ever ask for in a concealer. It is thick, but it's thin. Like it covers everything, but it's still very thin. It's so long lasting. Like if you put it on in the morning, it does not move throughout the day at all. Like I have come home at night and my concealer is still on there. I use the shade NW25, and you're also going to notice that all the concealers that I show you guys are super light. Like this does not match my skin tone at all. This is like 5 shades lighter than me, but I love to use this underneath my eyes to really brighten that area, and it works so well. You only need a little bit. It does not move at all, and just overall, like seriously, the best concealer ever. If you want to get something that matches your skin tone a little bit better, I would still recommend the MAC Pro Longwear. If you're going to pick up one concealer that I mentioned today, it's the MAC Pro Longwear. It's awesome. Alright, my next favorite is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. There is so much hype about this concealer, and it is all true. This is a really full coverage concealer. It is so creamy, but the best part about this concealer is even though it's so creamy, it does not move or crease underneath the eye area, which is a big concern for me because a lot of concealers do tend to crease. This does not crease, and I love it for that. And because it's so creamy, I don't know what it is, it just makes me look so awake when I put it on underneath my eyes. I just love the finish it gives my face, so I really just love the NARS Creamy Concealer. For anyone that is wondering, I'm in the shade Ginger, and it works really well for my skin tone because it highlights my face so beautifully. So you guys know that I love my Este Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and because I love the foundation so much, I decided to pick up the concealer as well, and this is the Este Lauder 15-hour Double Wear Concealer. Now I'm gonna have to say that I don't think it's as long lasting as it claims to be. Like it's definitely not as long lasting as my MAC concealer. I think I get about like 6 hours of wear with this before it starts to actually like, you know, kind of fade away a little bit. But nevertheless, the concealer is awesome. It is very creamy. It is very thin. So while it is full coverage, it is very like, it just feels very thin on the skin, and it just makes my skin look like super flawless. So I really love this concealer, and I am in the shade Warm Medium. Okay, moving on to my favorite concealers from the drugstore, and the first one is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This concealer is amazing. I love the Fit Me line in general. The foundation is actually one of my favorites to use as well. It just looks like my skin but better, and it's the same thing with this concealer. It just looks like your skin but better, and it's one of my favorite concealers to use for highlighting because it's so light and blends into your skin like a dream. Like literally when you start to blend it into your face, it just becomes part of your skin, which I love and appreciate so much. Now I like to use the shade Medium 25. I believe there's only 3 shades, which I wish they had more shades, but I just cannot get enough of this concealer. This is actually my second tube. I've gone through this once before and I loved it, and I repurchased it. I never really repurchased my concealer. The only one I always repurchase is my MAC Pro Longwear. So that's how you know I love this concealer so much. And with Maybelline, you can always find like buy one get one half off. That's my favorite time to pick up like drugstore products. Okay, last but not the least is my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Pure Beige. Now I love this concealer so much. I actually have the full line because I love to use this on my clients as well. It is such a good concealer to use without like getting any flashbacks. So it works really nice on the face and it covers everything, like literally only a little bit and you get like full coverage. You don't even have to try with this. You don't have to build it. It'll give you full coverage on like the first try. Now the only drawback that I have with this concealer, it's supposed to be very comparable to high-end concealers and I completely agree to that. But the only drawback that I have with this concealer on myself, and it doesn't even happen on my clients, it only happens on myself, is that every time I apply it underneath my eyes, it always creases, which is a little bit annoying for myself, but I just love the consistency and the coverage of this so much. I don't even care if this creases on me because I still love it so much. So if you guys are looking for a really affordable, I think these are about $2.99, which you can pick up at your local like beauty supply stores. And I just want to mention that there's such a big range of colors. I think there's about 20 plus concealers in this whole range. So there is something for everyone, which I really appreciate. Okay guys, so those were my top picks for concealers. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you guys like any of the ones I mentioned or what your favorite concealers are. I love hearing from you guys. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out so much. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.